Hello everyone, welcome to back our Python course. I hope you are doing great. In previous lecture we learned about function loops, lambda function and generator and recursion. Today we are going to start a new topic that that is used almost every day in Python programming. That topic is Python region function. Whenever you use a for loop, you will often see the range function. If you understand range function, so writing loop become very easy. So by the end of this lecture, you will learn what is the range, why do we use it, syntax, parameter, and different types of range, positive and negative step, real life example, and interview question. So now talking about uh, what is the range. Suppose I ask you to print from 1 to 10. So you will print like this: print, then 1, print 2, like this. So again and again and again, so until 10. This is boring because Python give us an easier solution. That solution is range. So range is the function is used to generate a sequence of a number. So it is mostly used in for loop to repeat code multiple times. Like what real example we'll take. um, Imagine a school attendance register, roll number 1 2 3 4 and so on, 100. So this all number are generated in sequence, so exactly like range 101, this type. So range syntax was this: range, then start, stop and step. So let's understand each parameter. So parameter 1, so start, it tell Python where to begin, default value 0. For example, range 5. So start from 0. Then second parameter, in second parameter stop, this second parameter stop. So it tell Python where to stop. Remember, the stop value is not include, very important. For example, range 5, so the output will 0 to 4, not 0 to 5. And in third parameter step, this step, so this step, it tell Python how much to increase or decrease every time. Default means 1. Now types of range. So Python support three forms. First, range stop, and second one is start stop, and the third one is range start stop and step. So first understand range stop. So if I write for I in range 5, print I. If I run this, the output will show 0 to 4. So now it start 0, stop before 4. So step 1 1, like this. Now let an example, so your concept become. So for I in range 10, if I print this and if I run this, so 0 to 9. Now second one, start and stop. So like for I in range, if I want to start 2 and end with 8, then print I. If I run this, so start with 2 and end with 7 before 8. So start. Let's take one another example, like if I remove this 2 and 100 to 105. If I run this, so 100, 101, 102, 103 and 105. Now third one is start, stop and step. So for I in range 1, 10, 2. If I print this, so the output will 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Because step 2, so Python jump 2 number every time. Let's take one another example, like if I remove this and 0, 21, then 5. So 0, 5, 10, 15 and 20. Now negative step. So can we count backward? So yes, the answer is yes. Like for example, if I write for I in range 10, 0, -1. If I run this, the output will show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So this way. Let's take one another example, like I remove this one and 20, 0 and -5. If I run this, the output will show 20, 15, 10 and 5. So why stop value is not include? Suppose range is 1 to 5. So the output will show 1, 2, 3 and 4. So Python always includes stop. So this rule never change, remember this. So convert range into list. So normally like print range 5. In this way, so the output will 0 and 5. So if you want to if you want all number together, so you want to write their list. So if you run this, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 will be the output. Now range with length. Talking about range with length. So I take a variable name, store python for I in range, length, then name. So print I. If I run this, the output will show 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Now X is character. So print name, then I. So python python. So this is the way you can access the character. Now multiple table. For I in range, one to 11, if I print this, five, then I. If I run this, so the output will show 5, 10, 15, 20 and like this. Now talking about even numbers. So I write 4 in range, for I in range. If I write 2, 21, then 2, then print I. If I run this, so the output will show 2, 4, 10, means 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and 16, 18, 20, like this. If you want to check odd number, so for odd number you can write for I in range 120, 0, print I. Or like this. So the output will show 135 like this. And if you want to reverse counting, So we learn how what is range and how work range. So now we will come our array part. So we understood how range generate a sequence of number, how start, stop and step work, and how we can use range with loops. So now we are moving to our next topic, Python. This is Python array. So now we will learn what is array and why do we need array, difference between array and list, how to create an array, type of codes, and many things. So let's start. Now the question is, what is an array? So first imagine that I want to store marks of every student. Without any correction I could write, so you want to print like this, 100 and print 20, or means like marks equal to 88, 89, 100. So this works, but what if we have marks of 1000 student? Are we going to create 100 variable? Obviously no. Instead we can store multiple values together. So one way you do this is an array. So an array is a collection of items of the same data type stored at continuous memory location. So Python has no built-in array, but we can use array module. So for example, if we write 10, 20 and 30 plain text, so all are integers, so we can store them in one array. So now what is the difference between array and list? We can also store the value with the help of list. So now you may ask, okay, we already learned list, so why do we need array? So a Python list can contain different data type, like for example integer, string, or float and boolean. So this is completely valid, but an array is normally designed to store element of the same type. For example, like 10, 20, 30 or 40, so all are integer, or 10.5 here, 20.5 or 30.5, all are floating points numbers. So now what is the main difference between list and array? So list can contain mixed types, means mixed type, and array, uh, talk about array, so array element have the same declared data type, and list build directly, means directly into Python, and array type come from the array modules. So will list used for general means purpose, and array useful for homogeneous numeric data. So for serious numerical computing, libraries such as NumPy are much more common than Python standard array module. But right now we are learning the basic Python array module. Now how to importing array. So to use Python standard array type, first imported means array from array import array, like this, from array import array. And whenever we want to use array type from Python array module, we import first. Now creating our first array. So for example, this was the syntax of an array, how to create an array in Python. So this is a simple syntax of array. So let's create an integer array from array or num array. Then if I write there I, then 10, 20, 30, 40, then 50. So if I print this, so the output will show array I, then this. So now look carefully, this I, what is this? So this is called a type of code. So now the question is, what is the type code? So the type code tells the array what kind of value I should store. For example, this I means the sign of integer. A few useful types code are like this: I signed of integer, F for float, and D for double float value, and B for signed character. For beginners, mainly remember I for integer, F for float, and D for double. Now integer array. So for integer array, this one, and for float, I remove this I and 10.1. So if I run this, the output will show float, then this one. So here this F represent floating point values. Now accessing array element. So array suppose means array support indexing just like list. So consider like plain text, 10, 20, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, so on, like this. So index are 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for example, array, from array import equal to array, then I 10, 20, 30, 40. So if I print this a, then 0, so the output will show 10, because at the 0 place 10 will be stored. Now if I change this and remove the 0 and write 2, so the output will show 30. So Python indexing start from 0. Now negative indexing, so we can also use negative indexing, like -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. For example, if I write -1, so the last value will be printed 50. If I remove this -1 and write there -2, so the output will show 40. So a -1 means last element, remember this. Now updating array element, so array are mutable. Mutable means we can change their element after creation. For example, if I write a equal to array, so if I write I, then 10, 20, then 30, so a1 then equal to 10, print a. So if I run this, so the output will show I 10, 30, 100 and 30. So we replace 20 with 100. Now adding element, so with the help of append, suppose your array is 10, 20 and 30, so we want to add 40, so we use append. For example, append 40. If I run this, the value will be printed 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now what is append? So append adds one element at the end of an array. Now how to insert? So what if I don't want to add the value at the end, I want to add it as a specific position, so we use insert. So insert syntax was very simple, like array, then insert index, then value. So this was the syntax of insert. Now we want to print this. Let's see one example. A, insert, then 100, then print A. So if I run this, the output will show 10, 100, 20, then 30. So why? The question is why. Index 1 means the second position. Now removing an element. How to remove element? So with the help of remove, like in this array I want to remove this 20, so I use this remove. If I run this, the output will show 10 and 30 because I remove this 20 with the help of remove. Now what is pop method? So we have another method like pop. So by default pop remove and return the last element. So we can also specify an index. For example, like I write pop, then if I run this, the output will show on this 10 and 20. So by default pop remove the return, pop remove and return the last element. So this remove the element at the index 1, for example like this. Now what is the difference between remove and pop? This is very important. So remove the value and pop remove the index. Now finding array length. How to find array length? So with the help of this length function. For example, if I remove this and print length A, so the output will show 3. Now what is looping through an array? So we can easily use for loop in array. For example, if I remove this, so A equal to array ten, 20 and 30. For I in range, or I in A, like so print I. So the output will show 10, 20, 30 and 40. 10, 20, 30. So notice how our previous topic is connecting. We learn a loop earlier. Now we are using loop with arrays. So now talk about arrays with range. So we can also combine today's array topic with our previous range topic. Like for example, if I create an array, if I write I 10, then so um, 10, 20, 30 or 40 for I in range, length A, print A, then I. So if I run this, the output will show 10, 20, 30 and 40. Now how to searching an element? So we can use index for searching element. For example, if I remove this and print a dot index, then 30. So if I run this, the output will show 2 because 30 is at index of 2. Now count element, so we can use count. If I run this, the output will show 1 because 10 appears 3 times. Means if I write there 10 or 10 or 10 100, so 3 because 10s appear 3 times. Now how to reverse an array? So with the help of reverse, if I remove this and write there a dot reverse, so the output will show 10, 10, 10 and 100. Now what is scaling? So array also support scaling. So array also support slicing. For example, if I want to print a, then 4. If I run this, the output will show 10, 10 and 100. Now a small program, sum of arrays. So if you want to print the sum of array, so I remove all this and total 0 for I in a, then total plus equal to 1, sorry, I, and I want to print this, so sum equal to total. If I run this, so total sum is 130. Now find largest number. How to find the largest number? So I remove all this, and print largest, then max a. So the output will show 100. If I want to see the smallest one, so mean, I write there mean, so lowest one is 10. Now how to take input from user? Now let make it means iterative. So I write there from array import array like this. If I remove this, for I in range then 5, so n equal to input enter or int then a append I want to print all this. So if I run this, the output will show enter a number like 3, like this. First let's explain this array, then this I. So create a empty integer array, then range 5. So run the loop 5 times. So every time input take a number and append add it to a the array. Now important array method, like the method append uh, is add add end, and insert add at specific index, and remove method is remove by value, and pop remove return by index. And this index method is find index and count occurrence, and reverse method reverse array, and length method number of elements find. So this was a simple definition of array. If anyone asks, you want to, so array is a collection of element of the same declared data type. Now the question is, which module provide Python standard array type? So the answer is array. So that's it for Python array. So we learn what is an array and how define from a list, and how to create array using array module, and how to perform operation like adding, updating, and deleting, searching, and looping through array element. Now talk about iterator. So what is iterator? So an iterator is an object that allowed iteration over a sequence of element one at a time. So an iterator is implement two method, like this iterator return iterator object, and next return next value. For example, I create a list, my list, then 10 20 store in this 10 20 and 30. So now get iterator. So iterator my list, and I want to print all this. So print next iterator, then next, then next, then next. So stop iteration error, they give me, if I write this, so it give me stop iterator error. Now custom iterator, what is custom iterator? So for example, if I write there class countdown, and then def init self, then start, so self dot start equal to start. So now what is means, so this is how iterator works. Now talk about what is module. So a module is a file containing Python definition and statements. It help in organizing code into reusable pieces. So benefit of this, so code reusability, easy to maintenance, and better organization. So whenever you write a professional Python program, you will use module almost every day. So suppose you write 100 lines of code in one file, will it be easy to understand? So the answer is no. It become confusing. Instead, we divide the program into similar files. Each file perform a specific task. This file is called module. So module is a file path, means module is a Python file .py that contain variable, function, class, and executable code. Now module help us organize and reuse code. For let's take one real life example, so you will understand easily. For example, imagine a school, there are different department: account department, library, examination, and admission. Each department has its own work. Similarly, a Python project contains different modules. Each module has a different responsibility. So why do we need modules? So suppose you want to create a function like def add. So today you use it, and tomorrow another project also need it. So you will you write the same function again? So the answer is no. Simply important the module. So now talk about types of modules. So there are two types of module: built-in module and user-defined module. And third one is the external module. So this is not important. We only talk about this user module, user defined, and built-in module. So now talk about what is built-in module. So Python already provide many modules. For example, math, random, and date, time, os, sys, and statics. So now need to create them. So user defined modules created by programmers for example, like calculator.py, student.py, or bank.py, like this. So these are user defined module. Now what is import if statement? So before using any module, we import it, like import, then module name. For example, like this, import math. So now we can use all the function of math module. For example, like if I write there import math, if I want to print math.s, then 25. If I run this, the output will show 5.0. Now take another example. If I write import math and print match factorial 5. So if I run this, the output will show 120. So some important math function like math square root and math factorial, math floor, like this. For example, if I remove this and add cell 5.2 and print one more thing, FLOOR floor. If I run this, the output will show 6 and 5. Now import a specific function. So instead of importing the either module, we can import only one function. For example, from match import square, so square root, then print $49. So the output will show 7. So notice, now notice, no need to write math square root. We can also simply like this, from match import square root, then print square root. So now importing multiple functions also, like import factorial if I run this, the output will show Z6 and like this. Or if I want 6 factorial, so 720. Now import, we can import everything with the help of this. If you write this star, not square root and factorial, so all function become directly available. Now using this import star is generally not recommended in large projects because it can make code harder to understand and many cause name conflict, like using allies. So sometimes module name become long, we use allies. For example, important as m, import mathsm. If I run this, the output will show 7 and this. Now talk about random module. So Python also provide random modules. For example, import random. Or if I write there not square root radian. So 1 comma 10. So the output will show 5. So every execution may proceed a different number. Now what is the difference between module and package? So module used for single Python file, and package is used for collection of modules, and modules end with .py, and package end with folder. Module is small and package is large project. So you have now completed this module on range, arrays, iterator and module. So this topics provide a solid foundation for writing a structured Python program and understanding how Python code is organized and reused. So everyone, today's all for that's all for today's lecture. So today we'll learn about Python modules and understand how they help us organize and reuse code efficiently. So we covered built-in modules, user-defined modules, and different way to import modules and aliases, and creating our own custom modules with practicals.